Hi there. Sorry about that watery background noise in the first set of videos there. Didn't even realize it was that loud until I listened to the video on my computer. All the videos up to now were just done in one shot, so I didn't have time to adjust anything till now. Hopefully it sounds a little better, not as obnoxious. And you haven't missed anything. I'm still needing to talk to the Monumental, which I will do. And I'm probably just going to do 1-2 now. That was, I was originally thinking I would, kill the red-eyed dragon to show people how to do that, but again, that's not really one of those things that's important. The only reason to do that is to get some extra souls, but it actually doesn't really give you that many. I believe it's like 20,000, and to a new player that might sound like a lot, but it really isn't, and it's really boring to do that, and I don't really want to force you guys to skip that or watch it, either one that's really boring. So I'll probably just do 1-2 and just ignore the dragon like most people do, because 1-2 is probably the best thing for new players to do, since it's really not much harder than 1-1, and you get, you get some extra souls that way. You get the Tower Knight soul, some new items, without the difficulty really changing much. So it's another good level for new players to do before you're forced to learn some new strategies for the other levels. So that's probably what we'll do. And I'm in body form now, so I might get invaded, because I am online right now, actually. It could be fun to see that, I guess. Although I'm not really sure. I'll admit I have not played this game in a while. I played it again just to get the rust off like a few days ago, that's about it. And our first time talking to him, I might need to repair, I don't know, probably not really. No, I don't think I really want to. Oh, before I forget, I need to talk to him, because if you remember, in 1-1 I got the Jade Hair Ornament from those chains that you break and that item falls on the ground. This is what it's for. You talk to him until he repeats the same thing, come back, talk to him again, hit yes, and you get a nice little fancy ring. That ring increases your item burden. If there's ever a time where you pick up stuff you can't carry it, pop that on real quick. I'm just going to put actually I'll hold on to all these, since I'm going to level up a bit now. Don't need that. Don't need that stuff. Or any of this. Okay, I don't need the heavy cling ring equipped, since I'm going to try a no death run. We'll see how that goes. Probably won't go so well. Okay, now, since I'm planning on using a blue blood build, that means I need to have, let's see, so I want the stats to show up as I show you. We'll need to have 18 strength or 12 if we plan to two-hand it, but since I want to have a shield, I'll have to have, the full 18 of that. 18 dexterity, 18 magic, 18 faith. The first thing I suggest raising out of these stats for a new player is magic. Main reason being is that you can still get use out of your one free spell that you have without spending anything, and the main reason, you're going to be getting the Crescent Falchion from 4-1 very soon, probably right after we do 1-2, and that sword is very, very, very good, especially this early on, and since it scales with magic, that will help us even more. So for now, we'll be raising that, and I might, I don't know, I might want to raise, we might want to raise our vitality just a tad. Also, again, you don't want to get, too crazy on any stat, since there's diminished returns. As in, the more you raise it, the less effective it becomes. I believe at at 30, you get your first big set of diminished returns, then at 40, it hits you even harder. Usually, you don't want to raise too many stats past 40 at all. Most people never put their vitality past 40. There's no point in putting your endurance past 40, since you stop getting stamina, and the other stats are not all that important. So you gotta be careful of that. Luck, we'll be not worrying about that later. For 99% of characters, you will not ever even touch luck, since it is usually just it's really the only stat that is really just, worthless. Drop rate is not important in Demon Souls. Plague resistance can be, you can get around that in other ways. Physical defense you get from everything. So that's not worth it, but since we are going to be using the Blue Blood Sword, that will come into effect, since that's the only weapon that gets bonus from luck. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. So I'm going to raise my magic a little bit. Not too much. For now, just to 18. And what else do I want? I'm not sure. Strength. What does my current weapon scale with? This you always gotta check this. Right now, has an E for strength, meaning it will get very small increases from strength. It also has a D for dexterity. It will get slightly better bonuses from dexterity. So you know what? Since we're going to need dexterity later anyway, for the blue blood sword, we can raise that to help us now. That's something you know that will help you a lot. You always want to go into the game planning on what you're going to do later. You know, you always want to keep your late stuff in mind, but if you can still do your late stuff while achieving what you're doing now and making it easier on what you're doing now, that is doubly good. So that's what we're going to do. So that's, well, I have some extra souls, so I can consume those as well. Need more souls. Consume. Sorry about this. It's probably pretty boring to watch, but we're almost done, I assure you. Why did I just try to use that? Yes. Okay. Talk to her again. Now we have our 18 magic and 18 dexterity. Now I have a few bit more. I will raise my strength a tad, since that will also be important since we will need that for shields as well. And for now we're done. So our damage has gone up quite a bit. Soul Arrow will do more damage. I will take that. So now we'll be going to 1-2. Some good Sierra Mist. Always gotta keep yourself hydrated as you play Demon Souls, or else you'll lose focus. Then there's no telling what could happen. Loading kind of annoying me. I want to play my demon there. Thank you. Alright. The enemies up here, there's really actually not much reason in fighting them, but I'm going to do it anyway, just, you know, to show you how to take care of them. But usually on newer characters, I just run right through here. There's not really a lot in here. And these enemies are, yeah, kind of positioned in an annoying, you know, to fight manner. But we can take care of them. Oh, you do get some hard stones, so that's always good. There's our good old friend Ostrava again. We will need to save him. Some items over here. An annoying I believe they're called Hoplites is their name? I think that's what they're called. I actually honestly don't remember. This one's kind of annoying. He's positioned right in this choke point. And he's like, I'm not letting you through because I'm a big blob, and what else am I going to do? So you know what, I'm just going to R2 attack. Yeah, what? Ooh, I get hit. That's always good. And annoyingly, he finally dies. Just going to break this stuff so I can surround him. Let us heal, why not, right? Okay. Now, the dragon, since I'm not going to be killing him, because that's really boring, takes a while, not necessary. I might make a video just to show that later, you know, just for completion purposes. But basically, you just wait for him to breathe fire, and then you follow behind him. Not hard. Don't worry about getting the items. I don't believe there's anything special, and you'll probably just die, so that's never good. And don't go through the second path, that's much more difficult, and again, you don't need to do it, so why do it? Just take the easier route, and, you know, this is not, you know, these guys aren't anything to worry about. I believe we get our first catalyst up here, but since we're a royal, we already have one, so... Whoa, I thought I killed him for sure. I guess I did not. Get hit by an arrow, it's always good. Backstab. And yes, you can also kill the red... there's two methods of killing the red dragon. One is to kill him with arrows from up here, and another is to kill him with poison cloud from the very start of the level. I prefer poison cloud since it's just easier and a lot cheaper. Some people don't like to do that since you have to go to 5-1 first, but you know, I don't find 5-1 to really be that hard. Some people think it's really horrible. I don't really find it all that difficult. But you know, different things for different people. And now we will save a Strava. There's gonna be guys sneaking around here in the shadows, trying to be, yep, like this guy, trying to be sneaky. And one thing about the Smitter, I hate that little hop back attack it has, because it does like no damage and it doesn't stun the enemy like at all, so it usually just sets you up to getting hit, annoyingly. I want to kill this guy right in front of me, thank you. Ow. Taking too many hits. I should probably be using an R2 attack on him. Probably, yes, do a lot more damage. There, that's much better. Ring of Gash Resistance, it's something I never use. I'm not really sure what, it doesn't really seem to have much use. Like, how many times do you actually get, bleeding status? And how many times would you actually want that ring in place of whatever you're using? Probably not too often.